Okay. Music playing Creeper. That's a new one. So, a little fun fact. After that clip you just saw, I proceeded to die about 6 times. Anyway, welcome back to OtherWorld. I do look a bit different today, as I'm sure you noticed. I do have a full set of diamond armor now. We have quite a bit of things to do. That's not correct, but we're going to roll with it. Anyway, we've got a lot to do this episode. Let's go ahead and start out by leveling up one of our skills. I figured out how to do that. So if we go here, I think I have enough levels right now. I need 16 for that. Okay, maybe I don't have enough levels right now, but yeah. Once we have 15 levels, 16 in some other cases, we can level up our skills. I'm still not sure how to level our actual character, but it is what it is. The other things I want to go ahead and do in today's episode. I want to head to the Nether. I have the obsidian here. I want to build an enchantment table room, which I'll probably put over here. I want to start messing around with create, assuming I can find some slime balls, because I need some glue. And how we're going to start off today's episode, we're going to build a little kitchen dining area thing. Because with passive healing off, we're going to need food that actually gives us healing. And Farmer's Delight is the perfect way to do that. So I've got hopefully everything we need in this chest here. So we'll just go and put some counters in. Let's move this one over. Put our stove in. Stove there. Put the pot. Then we can put some cabinets. Yeah, that way we can actually store our stuff. We need the cutting board and the knife. We'll go ahead and put the cutting board there. Knife. And then I wanted to use these. I found these while I was just looking through all of the blocks and stuff. So let's go ahead, make this one taller, and then we'll go ahead and put those on. Okay, so now no, we don't want it that way. Back. Anyway, I'll get them in a minute. Okay, but then... Okay, so... Got it. Alright, let's go ahead and fill these in. Okay, there we go. I decided I didn't like the shingles, so I just went with the half slabs. Yeah, we now have a kitchen. We can go ahead and put some, some cups and stuff on the counters. Put some bottles on the floor, why not? I could put, I can, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. We have a kitchen. I'll look into actually creating some food here in a little bit. For now, I need to cut out a space for an enchantment table, and I think I'm going to do that right here. Okay, I have this little area built out here. Need to put some bookshelves down. Might be short a couple of bookshelves. I'm not actually sure. That is really good. I actually want that. Also, It took me forever to get enough leather to get this stupid canteen. Like, what I've ended up having to do for leather, because I've found a single cow, and it didn't even give me any leather. I have resulted to doing this. I've resulted to putting leather armor onto a cutting board and cutting it. Okie dokie. We have our enchantment area. We have our kitchen. We are now heading to the Nether. Okay, we're in the Nether. Not sure what to do. What is that? I think it's time we leave the Nether. Right, so the next thing that I want to mess around with before we head back to the Nether is this here. For now we'll just put it there. So we need a cave tablet and this book. My cave tablets are here. So, oh wait, no, we need cave tablet and the paper, not the book. Do I have any paper? Right, I need to find some paper real quick. It appears I have found the equivalent of the Grim Reaper. We're just gonna... Ooh, ouch. Okay. Never mind. That sucks, because I had just gotten to 15 levels, too. I'm gonna go back to trying to find some paper. Okay, so I made it back to my stuff, and I was just sitting here fiddling with my keybinds and whatnot, and I hit G, and I could have been casting magic this entire time. I'm stupid. I have obtained bombs from the mushroom merchant. Also, this is the mushroom merchant. He sells bombs for mushrooms. Alright, I have acquired the paper. So, find Nuke Cleaper? I don't actually know how this works. Select a word to attempt a guess. Nope. Okay, so it's not that word. Is that word? Does that word appear anywhere else? I don't know. Let's. Okay. Not that one. Not that one. How was I supposed to know that? Get another one. Okay. Find Apocalypse. I have an idea. Okay. So, if I was reading the guide right, this is an A here. This is going to be a P. So A P A. Oh God! Now I have to find. Okay. M. What is M? So M is going to be the reverse of this here. Where is so M? U is going to be like a sideways version of this. So that. Where is another one of those? Here. What is D? D is going to be a line with a slant underneath it, so like this one. Okay, so find M. M. There's another M. MU here. So now we need green. And E is going to be like this shape here, where it's the L with the dot. So I think it's there. Yes. I don't know what the. I think I was supposed to use that for something, but I don't know what. Toxic caves. Okay. So we have toxic caves. Welcome to the toxic caves. Irradiated is a nasty effect that stops all natural healing. Well, I already have that. So this book is really cool. But the cave. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so I don't want the toxic caves. I don't actually know what I want. Let me see if I can do this the correct way. So find emit. So supposed to like see a letter here or something. Yeah, I don't know what the purpose of this thing is. It doesn't. All right, whatever. We're just gonna find emit and then the next few. See what it gives us. Oh, okay. So once you've clicked on a word, then I see. Okay. Let me guess. Toxic cave. Yeah, okay. So we can make a map to the toxic caves. We'll do that later. I was hoping to find something that would give us slime, but that's fine. That's cool though. I like how that works. You have to kind of translate it. I guess I kind of cheated it a little bit by looking up like an enchantment codex, I guess. But how else am I supposed to figure that out? Okie dokie, we built this kitchen. Let's go ahead and actually make a meal now. So we're gonna need some dough. Means we need that and an egg. Wheat dough, and then I think if we put the dough there, we get some pasta. Now let's grab our that, and I'm trying to make some spaghetti. Pasta with mutton chop. Tomato sauce. So we need to cook 2 tomatoes. Those are peppers. We need 2 tomatoes. So 2 tomatoes in the pot. Grab ourselves a bowl. Oh, that was fast. Okay. Now we need that, and the tomato sauce. All right. Heck yeah. So if I take some damage, I'm trying to see if nourishment will, like, heal me. Okay. So we have some damage. I'm not sure what that did, but it doesn't seem to have healed me at all. Okay, that's a tad annoying, but it's good to know. Okay, so I've done a little bit of work since you last saw me. I've learned a couple of things. I learned that one of the minerals that we've collected, I believe it's, yeah, the rubies, when made into these, give me extra max health. So that's very nice. I went ahead and made a spell book. I also as you can see, have 30 levels. I had 33. I went ahead and enchanted this diamond pickaxe, so we now have Fortune 2. But since I have 30 levels, let's go ahead and level up a couple of these. Okay, I think we're going to go ahead and do Constitution, which we need to get to level 4 to do either of those. Oh, wait, that didn't cost me nearly as levels as I thought it would. Okay, we'll go ahead and do Defense. And we'll go ahead and do Dex, I guess. Okay, and then do Luck. Okay, we're getting there. We are now level 3. Also, I did manage to find some slime balls, so we will be messing with Create today. I've already got a little area up here that I've kind of set up for our Create stuff, but you'll see what we're building once I actually get all the components to build it. Okay, so I was just sitting here tending to my farm, and I realized I had enough levels to put into another stat, so I did. And I now get the opportunity, since I guess I hit level 4, I now get the opportunity to choose a feat, which I don't know what this means. That one's nice. This one's also really nice. But say this one's nice. I don't do any trading right now. That's nice. This is nice. Like, all of these are really nice. But I think I'm gonna go with this one. Okay, so we now do an extra 10% damage. Cool. I need my melons and pumpkins to grow faster. Once I get my melons and pumpkins grown, we're gonna head into the Nether. We need blazes. I think that's all we need at the moment in the Nether, because I already went in, I already found some quartz. I grabbed a little bit of netherrack. I just need some blazes. See, normally I'm fine in the Nether, right? But for whatever reason, this mod pack makes the Nether just incredibly dangerous. Like, you can see all of the X's on the minimap are all my death points. I've died so many times. And like, these guys, what are you? He's... Oh, he's gone. Anyway, I'm pretty sure this thing has a blaze spawner in it. And so if I can just get to it... Yep. Okay, I need one of you to get within my range. Yes! Okay, we're good. We can leave. That's all I needed. I just needed to get the blaze trapped in that. We're good to go. What is that thing? Stop it. All right. Now that we have a blaze in our blaze burner, it's time to get started. We only need a couple more things, and then we'll be good to go. Also, my chestplate broke, so I need to get a new one. Let's get on to it. Okay, and now there is simply 2 things left to do. 1 and 2. And now we have a tunnel bore. Very nice. And I should be able to... Yep, there we go. Pick up all that. And now, let's head to the Nether so I can show you how this works. We have now reached the netherite mines. Basically, this is where I had started mining for netherite. And normally, I would just use beds. However, given that most of what I've been mining through is this stuff here, I don't think beds would work very well. That and my access to sheep is kind of limited at the moment. That's where this comes in. So if we take this, place down some rails, go like this, push it a little bit, realize that I did not have anything. So basically, it places rails and picks them up at the same time. And if we come through here, go ahead and push this along a little bit further. We have a mine. And the best part is, because the way that I designed this, it's got this minecart with a furnace, so I can add coal to this, and it'll just go. It'll just completely drill on its own. And then everything will get stored in these. There. These. And we push it along just a little bit more. Yeah, this is what I use to mine for netherite usually. Because it's a little bit easier than doing it by hand. So let's try and find some netherite. Right, so in the end, I made out with 10 ancient debris. It is possible that it's not the most efficient way, but it certainly is the coolest way to mine for ancient debris. So I'm going to go ahead and end things here. Next episode, I'm going to try and make a little bit more entertaining. We're going to do some exploring. We're probably going to go do our first little boss fight. And by boss fight, I mean we're going to do this here. So we're going to go take on the possessed paladin. Things are still exploding in the background. I'm not sure why, but I'll roll with it. I'm going to try and do a little bit more of this. Probably get a bit more of a workshop set up so that we can have our magic benches and stuff like that. But as of right now, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you do enjoy. And as always, have an amazing afternoon, evening, night, or morning, depending on what time it is for you. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye!